So because I browse a lot of the comments when we do post that material and people make their comments. I do browse it and check it out to kind of test the temperature to see where people at.
Right, right.
Um, and I see a lot of sentiment that almost feels like just based on what he did and kind of like how long you could almost say we protected him or looked the other way, whatever you want to call it. Do we now have a responsibility that now that justice, quote unquote, has been served? Do we now have a responsibility to maintain a certain mentality about him to protect our Black women or of an honor of our Black women in terms of what they went through? And again, the way we cognitively, or wherever you want to look at it, look the other way for a long damn time.
True, true, true.
We all got an uncle like Kels. We all knew somebody on the block like Kels, man.
We do.
And
we still know him right now.
And a lot of us grew up thinking that was just the thing to be doing, and that was just, OG such and such. He like him young, whatever we said to try to make it okay at the moment. But we've been co-signing that for a second now on the low.
True. On the low, that's true. That's true. So many people, even the alleged victims, look the other way on this. So, that said, it's almost like as much as we want to protect our Black women, which I feel like we do have that responsibility, sure, at the same time, I want us to all also be fair because, it's one of those things where, okay, he did this or he did that. Let's just throw him under the bus and under, for this or for that. And I agree, as we should when it comes down to certain things. But at the same time, let's start to be a little bit more real and also have a little bit more accountability within ourselves as well. Because I don't like to just, and again, with these young girls and stuff like that, zero tolerance, off limits, no question. But my God, parents, mothers, fathers of these particular young women, how does, and again, I'm not trying to even get so much to the trial, but it's like, how does something like this happen?
Yeah.
If I'm still living? I got 3 girls. Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a hell that you can put in front of me to keep me from that. It ain't one.
Should anybody mess with your girls? Yeah.
It don't matter. On GP, that's done.
Nigga, I'm right there with you, shooting and stabbing. And I'm gonna be right side by side.
That's it, side by side. And it's like, man, and again, I'm not accusing him. I don't want to come off that way, but it's like, come on, y'all. Like, man, if he is a this or that, or a predator or whatever, then there's so many people obviously in the corner of those people that this allegedly happened to that should be able to protect and kind of also pose some sort of defense or hedge around them so that stuff like this don't keep happening. Because these charges went on for a long time. So it's like, man, it just, at all times I want to protect, women, no question.
Mm-hmm.
No, me, I love the women in my family, the women in my circle, a great deal.
Right.
But I also want to say is, hey, y'all, let's stop putting ourselves in these positions too. Because again, no matter the celebrity, no matter who this person is or she is, they're still human. They do bad things, they do wrong things, they make mistakes. So it's like, let's also do as much as we can to prevent some of these things. Because again, we've been around this music game and we've seen a lot of stuff. The things that people are willing to do to get next to a celeb, like, man, like, come on, man. Like,
and
stop.
That's almost really, that is the primary reason. I knew it was going to be difficult to even have this conversation, even from a musical level, because it's impossible for it not to overlap into the actual scenario itself. And then for some level of analysis to be done. And then it is very difficult not to come to the same conclusion, like what's going on with the parents in the house. And that branches off into a whole nother conversation that obviously would take us completely off track.
Exactly.
But and that's I guess, to be honest, that's one of the things that's kind of tied into this subject as a whole, is that it's so layered and there's so much nuance and context to it. And some of that context being things we didn't check from a community standpoint as a people. That's context that goes into it. And now when you try to, I guess, pull all of that context out and do the math and come up with an equation that says what we're going to do with the music, it's a little muddle. It's not very easy. It's not an easy problem. This is some like pie shit right here.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers going on and on and on.